ISU bridges the gap between industrial problems and the academic world in a really unique way. So ISU is not a traditional university, but instead it is it's a collection of experts with the focus of the peaceful use of space for all of humanity, not just individual nations. And so this unique approach is twofold. One, we have our 4 I's: international, intercultural, interdisciplinary, and innovative. And so the interdisciplinary is we cover engineering, science, exploration, plus biology and economics and policy. And so what that means is you get a broad understanding of space, which if you look around us, there's a broad set of problems that need to be addressed. And so the next generation of space leaders and the ones that are currently leading need to be able to connect all these dots, and that's always through relationship. And ISU, if it's one thing, it is really good relationships with a broad cross-section of humanity. So I'll give a little story for what the value of attending something like Paris Space Week is. I was a product manager for a software company building software to fly satellites. And I would do research, I would have phone calls, and I would say, this is what my product is. But it wasn't until I started attending actual conferences when you have a conversation over a sandwich with someone that you don't know, or you walk by a random booth to take a sticker or a plush toy, and then you have a conversation, you realize what's actually driving this technology. What are the financial, what's the regulatory implications? Who are the people behind it? And when you have these conversations, you begin to understand the unspoken needs and the unspoken desires. And so at the end of the day, it's relationships, and that relationship builds trust, and that's how any type of high complexity business deal happens. So conferences build trust. There's a rapid need for engineers, as always, but I'd say more than that, it's very niche engineers. It's, very specific machine learning algorithms for optimization of constellations or onboard edge computing. But I think even more than the classic engineer is you need business managers who can connect engineering to regulation to opportunity. You need marketers who can understand the complexity, speak to engineers, but also chief financial officers, but also simplify it so your mother understands it, so she can explain it to her friends at Bridge Club. But I think the last one is also on the technician side, is you need highly skilled welders, mechanics, and all the other numerous jobs that are not engineering, but are the people actually building the technology. And that's a huge gap that needs to be addressed. Yeah, so a great part about Paris Space Week is the relationship aspect. It's not just a cold call. You can walk by, you've bumped into 2 people already, and so that level of intimacy builds greater opportunity, greater awareness, and greater relationship between organizations. It was really easy to schedule an appointment. I selected the organizations I want to talk to, I sent a request, and it was scheduled time-wise for me. So that's one less thing that me or my marketer needed to do. So I'm very appreciative of that.